I'm going to go ahead and write down the coordinates of where we are, though. Of where this is, so I can come back to it, maybe do it. So I'll just put it in my phone as awesome mob doohickey. And the coordinates are going to be x 1167, y 50, which doesn't technically matter, and z 430. Awesome. Okay. So while we're here, I was thinking maybe I'll tell you guys some stories and stuff. That's what I was talking about earlier, and I have a good story of my from my childhood, actually. I think we'll mine down. I guess we'll just follow this and see where it leads us. But I'll tell you guys this kind of a story from my childhood. Kind of how I met. I'll tell you guys how like I really met Dan and Ty. I'll start off with Dan first. Sorry, I just kind of burped. Well, first of all, Dan and I met on a baseball team. I kind of went over this a little bit in my last Minecraft video, but we met when we were playing baseball together, and his dad was actually one of the coaches, and I just remember Dan being the kind of, he was about, like, a little shorter than me, but he was 2 years older than me, and he looked really nerdy because he had these freaking huge-ass grandpa glasses. And when he batted, he had like one of those Full Metal face masks. If you guys don't know what they'll look like, they kind of look like, I'll try to explain. Like if you guys know what baseball helmets are by any chance, basically it's just like a helmet. Fuck, is there no cave down here? Sorry, I get distracted very easily. Fuck it. Let's see if it's daytime yet. But actually, you know, while we're down here, that gives me the right idea. I should cook up all this extra beef I have, and that should take 2 pieces of coal. Okay, so while that's cooking up, okay, well, let's go see if there's any mobs we can fight while we're waiting on that. Oh, hey, it looks like it is daytime. Awesome. So I'll just wait for that to cook up. Anyways, so he had like this. It was basically like a face mask, like a football face mask, over his like on his helmet, basically. And when he batted, you could only see basically his glasses sticking out from it, and that was all you could see from him. So he was a pretty nerdy looking guy, and I was kind of a jock. So I thought, so, you know, like, I was 8 at the time, but I was very athletic, and he wasn't. But we both had a strong interest in sports. So we actually kind of became friends at that point. And I think at first our dads became friends, and then we just kind of hung out because our dads hung out, which is a funny story because now our dads don't even, my dad hates his dad because he's very frugal, and he's kind of a know-it-all, but that's besides the point. I'm sure Dan will go into more detail with that. But yeah, that's how we kind of met, and we've basically been best friends ever since. And with Ty, I never played football before, and we live in America, so it's American football, you know, the very boring shit, which I absolutely hate now. I hear shit. Oh shit, there you go. Wait, now you're not attacking me? Yeah. Anyways, so Ty was actually on my freshman football team. Freshman is 9th grade in the U.S. And so we were on football together, and that's kind of how I met Ty, and we both played linemen. Again, I was more athletic than Ty, but Ty was a workout warrior and, you know, tried very hard at everything, and I was kind of a lazy player. I didn't like basically, I'm not a small guy. I'm a pretty big guy. So I was a lineman, and I didn't. Basically, I'm kind of a gentle giant, if that makes sense. I don't have anything in there. Why do I keep looking? Whoops, wrong button. But oh good, this is almost cooked up. I'm kind of a big guy, but I'm very, very timid with my size. I don't like confrontation. I actually try to avoid confrontation at all costs for the most part. Which is funny because most people that would be technically my size would probably like to enjoy getting in fights and stuff, but I don't like getting hurt, and I don't like hurting people. So football and me didn't really work out together. I don't want this spider eye. Bleh. And so yeah, football and me didn't really click. Whereas Ty's about, like, I'm 6'1". I don't know. I haven't really measured myself, but people that say they're 6 foot, I'm just about as tall as them, if not taller than them. And so it's kind of a give or take. But Ty's about 5'7", and he is like more bang for your buck kind of person. He is he's kind of like isn't afraid to hit people and wants to make sure that he hits people. So he's kind of our ooh, look, a fucking temple. This is awesome. I'm finding all this good shit. And so he's kind of our good, like, he's kind of our like enforcer of the group, as I guess you could kind of say. He's not afraid to fight anybody, and if anybody's in trouble, you can always count on Ty to have your back. But anyways, so we met when we were on the football team. My dad actually used to play football, and he played college and stuff like that, so he was actually pretty good. And so when I decided not to play anymore, he got really upset because I quit after my first year of actually ever playing football. Where is the... Okay, that's what I was looking for. I do not want to touch that middle pressure plate. But, yeah, he was pretty disappointed when I quit football. I would say for like the first couple of years that I wasn't playing, he was very, very upset with me, and which led me to getting a job, but that's another story that I'll tell. And so yeah, so Ty and I became friends, and then we kind of, oh fuck, look at this, dude. Fucking gold, emeralds, iron, what's in this one? Woo! Fucking diamond, this is awesome. I don't want that. Let's throw some shit in here that I don't need. I don't need the chiseled sandstone. I don't need the smooth sandstone. I'll keep the normal one. I'll keep the TNT. I don't need the egg. Put the gunpowder back. Oh, this is fucking awesome. I'm finding all sorts of good shit. I'll keep the string. More iron and more gold and gold. Well, that's awesome, dude. Fucking found a lot of shit in there. I'm happy. And anyways, so Ty and I became pretty good friends, and then once I quit football, he kind of stuck hanging out with the football guys, and I was left by myself in high school. And all I did was, because I wasn't doing anything, all I did was get fatter and basically get lonelier. And Dan went to a different school, and he was also 2 years older than me, so when I was a sophomore, he was already a senior, and he was kind of doing his own thing at this point in time. We still hung out occasionally. Let's go this way. We still hung out occasionally, but we weren't hanging out as much as we did when we were kids. And so going into my junior year, when Dan graduated, we started hanging out again, and it was awesome because it was just like old times. Let me eat. So it was just like old times, but the thing was that Dan didn't have a job or anything, and he had no money, and neither did I. So what we did is we used to, in order to get new video games or anything, we would actually go through all of our games and go down to GameStop and sell every single one of our games, just so that we could pay for a new game, and we would save up whatever money our parents gave us for food, and we would spend it on buying video game shit. And so Dan and I used to do that a lot, and because Dan was actually living in the apartments, these apartments that were like right behind, actually where our first jobs were together. But well, Dan's third job, yeah, I think it's third job. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so we set up we used to go to this place called Pavilions, and then later on I ended up getting a job there, but that's another story. And let's just keep exploring. I want to just explore.